The penultimate weekend of the Major League Rugby regular season kicks off in the nation's capital, where the undefeated Chicago Hounds put their perfect record on the line against Old Glory DC. Can DC stop the high-riding Hounds here at George Mason Stadium? We'll have to find out. Chicago have been absolutely fantastic this season. DC 3-5 so far. Hello and welcome to Week 10 of MLR. I'm Dallin Stanford, former USA 7th International. Alongside me, former USA Eagle star, Alicia Washington. Alicia, great to be with you as we look at today's lineups.
Good afternoon, Dallin. Simon Cross names a nearly identical side as last week's outing against Legion. We have Colin Gross shifting from the second row into 7, while Ngali comes into the starting lineup in the power lock position. Defensively, though, keep an eye on this forward pack with Daniel and Rhodes, who are both in the top 3 for tackle success across MLR. Different story, though, for the visitors. Chris Latham has made 6 changes to his starting side. Captain Rumble returns at number 8 behind a completely revamped front row, while DeHaas and Hilsenbeck continue to steer the attack at scrum half and fly half. Brock Webster getting a well-deserved rest this week, leaving Wall, Boita, and Vidala, who will take control of the backfield for the Hounds.
The hunt for the playoffs is red hot. Chicago have been absolutely brilliant. They've won 8 from 8, securing their home semi-final at SeatGeek Stadium on Monday, June 15. You see, that's why the asterisks. Everyone else still in the hunt to play. Well, DC need valuable points to see if they get into the top 4. Chicago already clinched that first overall seed, and they did it earlier this season in Week 9. And DC, well, you see, they cannot clinch it, but they can certainly get some points from today's game and, of course, next week coming up as well. All to play for in the remaining matches here in Major League Rugby. Perfect conditions as the sides take the field. We're all set for a superb showdown here on the East Coast. Old Glory DC battle Chicago for the 7th time in history. Our kickoff from George Mason Stadium is next.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
This match is brought to you by Gilbert, the official rugby ball of Major League Rugby. The fans are in town, ready to rumble, sinking a few cold ones here at George Mason Stadium in Fairfax, Virginia. Used for soccer, lacrosse, and a new season for rugby this year. They've come out in their numbers and their colourful outfits, ready to support Old Glory DC. The selfies, the photos, the young sensations, the future stars are ready to go. It's fun in the sun, and Alicia, what a great vibe as well as these teams get ready and First up, it is our referee for this one, Argentine sensation Federico Anselmi, Derek Summers, Emilia Luciano, our assistant referees, and our television match official. In-stadium review, George Yankee. Perfect conditions here for running rugby. Don't you want to be out there, Alicia?
Oh, I wish I could be, honestly. What a beautiful day in DC for some rugby. The sun is shining. The pitch looks immaculate, Dallin. This looks like somewhere you might actually look forward to being tackled on.
It's green, it's lush, and it's ready to go. Old Glory DC on the right of your screen in their familiar dark and Kelly green hoops on the left. Chicago Hounds to receive. What a team they have been this season. They broke their previous record of 6 consecutive wins in 2025, currently sitting on 8, looking for their 9th win in a row here. All Glory DC on the right of your screen, getting ready to go. It's on the line at the nation's capital as All Glory DC host Chicago, the only undefeated team in 2026. First ball for Ruben de Haas as he fires a bomb towards the touchline, getting the first line out of the game.
Exactly how the Hounds want to start, receiving a clean kick inside their 22, having also a clean exit here. And they just love a line-out. They have so many great attacking options and defending options in their line-out. So they're happy to give away possession, but I'm sure they're confident they can get it back in this line-out.
Kirby Mahill, first line-out successful to the middle. Ball with Lefebvre stepping one channel wider. Nice hands out the back door. It's grabbed here as DC charge upfield. Now was Perry Humphries, the vice-captain, to the halfway line. John Lefebvre is there. It's been one of the standouts this season, says coach Simon Cross, stepping up for the injured Jay Renton. Happened in the first game this season. There's Lefebvre now, the local player from this region. He goes to the sky with an early box kick from the scrum off. Jumping up and trying to knock this one was John Rizzo. He's knocked it on, in fact. Rizzo, who lit up the stadium a few weeks ago here, scoring a couple of brilliant tries. Now, first chance here for Chicago. Looking to play some territory as well is de Haas. He returns his own kick. Lucas Rumble is there chasing as well. There's the right winger, Noah Brown. Comes down to Lefebvre. Fires it back into Hoyland. DC will play some territory as they go to the sky. Again towards the halfway line, leaping up. There's a beautiful take from Hoyland. The experienced fullback, Damien Hoyland, 32 years young, from Edinburgh in Scotland. Space on the right-hand side to exploit. Take it on with Mahill. And again, Lefebvre is well positioned. So they drop back to Jason Robertson in the pocket. He puts one up, does the talented number 10, just outside the 22. It's a solid take from the Hounds. Their head coach, Chris Latham, 4th year in Major Rugby, and they draw the first penalty of the game.
Unlucky there for Old Glory. They are one of the most disciplined teams in the league, having the lowest yellow card count, which is something to be said in this league this year. We've seen so many yellow cards across every game and a few reds sprinkled in there. They are not wanting to lose this territory, though. They're looking to play a really strong territory game against the Hounds, starve them. Oh, and what an excellent take right on the touchline there, Dallin.
An amazing take from Jace Robertson. Hoyland now fires this one down. It's not out. Chicago have a chance to attack. They put the kick over the top. Chasing through this one. Oh, it's able to bounce. Dangerous for everybody involved. Finally sits down. The Hounds with a wide ball. Looking for the jump step. It's brought to the fullback. Joins the line at 15. Was in the number 10 jumper a few weeks ago. Beautiful pass down the line from Rumble. Elvis does well. They go wide to Chicago. The Hounds early doors. Peyton Wall, the 24-year-old sensation from Indiana. Perfaletti smashes into one. He's hit hard though. Mullen is in there as well for DC. Chicago have been such an offensive threat. They top the charts in all different areas, scoring a record 59 tries, 27 more than the next team. That's Emmanuel Albert, the 2-time national champion from Lindenwood University. There's a breakout here for Chicago. Perfaletti tries to get the one-handed offload. It sits backwards and scooped up from Ben Banasso. Or the one-handed flick ball. That's audacious. A couple of meters from his own goal line. Old Glory now find themselves looking for a relieving kick here, but their forwards go to work. Tabita Nangali's in there, the 32-year-old from Fiji. 9 caps for the US Eagles. Lefebvre, not a lot of angle to work with. So that is a nice attacking platform for Chicago.
You just know Lefebvre would have wanted a bit more distance on that kick. Just land squarely inside, just halfway inside their 22, and that is a beautiful attacking platform for the Hounds. Their lineout has been so dangerous this season. You just know that you would have wanted it, put more pressure on their back three, especially with Webster out for this week. But here where the Hounds are with an attacking line out, and I'm sure, Dylan, they've just been so good at scoring from this position all season.
They are the team to beat. The Hounds with an attacking line out inside the 22. Forwards rumbling it upfield. Theophorese their hooker. O.T. Pifaletti as well, the big man up front. De Haas now the scrum off, peels it away. Inside centre, crashing upfield. Videla, quick ball to work with. Here comes Mac Jones, the vice captain. Such a tremendous player. Pifaletti again. Barrels upfield and Hoots with him. With that short hairstyle he loved to sport. Lovely hands to fullback Reese Porter. He attacks the line into the 22. Off the left wing, Peyton Wall within 5. And Chicago on the hunt for their first points in this game. Jones and Rumble working hard. Looking to pick around the fringes. Flash is there. Jones waits on the right-hand side. Alberts as well. Mac Jones. A metre shy. A pick and over. First score in the game. Chicago get it done early on. And it's the forwards that are rewarded with the opening 5.
A dream start for this Hound side, is undefeated this season. And Dylan, MLR has never seen an undefeated team throughout the season, and I believe the Hounds may set that as the first team who's able to do it. Just the whole team just looks so ready to get around the corner, look for work. Let's have a look at how they built it up here. Just the team looks just so prepared, just so patient for whatever phase is happening next, and also just so hungry for these tries. Let's just say the dogs are hungry.
They're certainly hungry indeed. The crowd is hungry as well. Nathan Den Hout is rewarded with the opening 5. His 8th try in Major League Rugby. Nathan Den Hout, first 15 selection in week 9. He also was a Shield champion with Los Angeles in 2021, former Houston player. He's been a great addition for their side, and the crowd certainly loving it as you get to see the fan cam. Oh, it'd be so nice to stick a few cold jars there. In fact, hold my place, Alicia.
I got you. Don't you worry.
Off the boot we go. Up 5-0. 6 minutes gone. Chris Hilsenbeck. Son Carl, 18 months, watching this from home. Lefebvre comes in with a charge. That's a beautiful strike. The flags go up. It's 7-0 after 6 minutes. Chicago with a brilliant start. You can join the conversation using hashtag MLR2026. You want to be featured on ESPN Plus. Use it, of course, be part of the action. We've had some great comments and great social interaction as well over this season. It's really been a brilliant addition, hasn't it?
It's been absolutely excellent. And, just given all the interaction from the fans, I got to speak Welsh on air a couple weeks ago, Talon, which is actually no stop or da. That's really all I got. But it was great to have interaction with our fans from across the pond.
Well, that is special. Such a talented sensation. US Eagle legend standing next to me, and now Welsh star as well. Box kick again, this time a bit deeper from the Hounds. And it finds the jumping Hoyland. It's done well so far with a couple of great takes early doors. 7th year in Major League Rugby for the side from Washington, D.C. Robertson moves it across field. The Hounds looking to defend out wide here. This is Depper Smith, the cyborg. He's been chatted up big time from Simon Cross, one of the unsung heroes. But crossing is the call, unfortunately, there for D.C.
Well spotted there by referee Anselmi. Just having players just run into each other, it seems like their timing was just a bit off. Let's call it some early game jitters that they need to shake out. But Hounds get a possession yet again and looking to find some territory here.
Hounds kick for touch from Hilsenbeck. They visited DC twice before, haven't left with a victory. They lost one and tied one. That was a few years back. It's a different looking team though today. Theophorese will get set for this line out. Top try scorer in Major League Rugby this season with 7 tries. Mason Flares in second with 6 tries. Aside from Illinois, find the try scorer Den Hout at line out time. And now Farid joins. Massive jiu-jitsu fan as well as, of course, rugby and golf for Farid. He's at the back of this maul as they inch their way into the 22. Do Chicago. They splintered away to the right-hand side. Pifaletti's in there as well. Backs lurking to the left as the forwards continue to work their way upfield with advantage for Chicago. Rick Rose is in there for Old Glory DC. Ruben DeHaas wants to get it away to his back line. Wide ball to work with. Nice dummy there from Biadella. One-handed offload almost coming from the international sensation. The other centre is Lopetti. Peter Lopetti. They'll come back.
Referee unhappy with how that maul was formed. I just think DC just needs to take a deep breath. Remember that they are comfortable defending. They have some of the top tacklers in the league on their side. Just take a deep breath. There's no reason to give easy outs to a Hound side that we know are so dangerous in the 22, the highest success rate in the 22 across the league. I think they need to settle in a bit more, Dallin, here. Just find where they're comfortable, find where they can get a foothold in this game. But once you let the Hounds in, it's really hard to keep them out.
You're absolutely right there. Last week, the strike rate was insane from the Hounds. They scored 9 tries from 14 visits to Seattle's 22. Well, now they're here for the second time in the game. They scored 1 already through that man in picture, Nathan Den Hout, the 28-year-old known as Moose. The forwards again. Peeled to the left-hand side. Charlie Abel is there, nicknamed the Horse. Wide ball, Videla drops this one cold. Quick ball there for DC as a hoof it downfield. It's a great relief. The crowd applaud that. As Chicago race all the way back to collect this one. Trying to drift on the outside gap. It's a solid tackle indeed. And DC get over this one, and they have penalty advantage. It's there. Big ball over the top from Colin Gross. What a pass from Gross! So close. They'll be called back here. But what a play from the number 7 flanker, Colin Gross.
Oh, we all saw the try before the ball was in his hands, Salad. That was a beautiful ball over the top, just seeing that space out wide. And we know that DC has worked so hard on their transition. It can be just, very hard to go from defense on your goal line. Look at these beautiful hands, this hoof downfield, putting the Hounds under pressure. We know the ball is an awkward size, so it's an unlucky bounce for the Hounds, but just has... Now, a kick is only as good as your chase. And here, DC has found a way to have a great chase and a turnover, but just ball not going to hand. Just so unlucky for them. DC look to attack here from a line out. I do see a maul coming. If I had a crystal ball, that's what I would call here.
We've heard it here first. Maul coming. Solid line out. Rose has it. The maul is there. Alicia Washington, the former line-out sensation, current commentating sensation, has predicted this. DC need to score now that they're in the 22. It's an area of concern in the last couple of games. They lost to California 42 points to 10. Couldn't strike this game. They want to make a change at home. Be delayed behind the back ball. Ngali was there. Old Glory. Players stacked to the right-hand side. On the left, though, look out for Jordan Jackson Hope. He's there with a bit of space to operate. They continue with Robertson. Delayed ball. Beautiful pass behind the back ball. Old Glory DC. Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous to watch. John Rizzo's in. The Rizzonator scores first.
And that is how you defend into attack, into a try. Beautiful work from DC, from the maul, which was textbook. Great job in the air. Great job solidifying the ball, getting some go forward in your forward pack. And then just working around the corner, which is something you can see the Hounds have definitely profiled. Look how far that they have folded their defense into the far side. They know DC is not coming back on the short side. But so they put all of their players on the outside, and just one person overcommitting can create what we call a Swiss cheese in your defense, leaving a hole for DC to get their first try on the board.
Swiss cheese it is. I like that terminology. I'm going to steal that, Alicia. It is John Rizzo that touches down for Old Glory DC. We mentioned his try-scoring abilities. He's 15th so far in Major League Rugby. And now fly half, Jason Robertson. Nicknamed 007 because he's cool, calm and collected. And just when I say that, he misses it. But it's 7-5. They've scored with their first entry to the 22, and that's fantastic.
This is a dream start for DC. They know what they're up against. They know they need to starve the Hounds of possession, keep the ball in hand, keep the ball upfield from their try line, and to be able to answer like for like. They did miss the conversion, but be able to answer with a try in the opening 15 minutes is the way Coach Cross would have wanted to start this one.
That's right. But take a look at Martin's message there on social. It's great to have his support as well. Some brilliant stuff coming in. Make sure you follow Major League Rugby. Use the hashtag MLR2026 to get involved and to be featured on this broadcast. Oh, the kick almost to Noah Brown. Lovely jump, just couldn't quite collect.
I do love the ambition there. They saw the pod go up in the air, and teams that are smart, you see it a lot of times in sevens. When you see a pod go up, you see someone from the kicking team going behind what we call scraping. Just in case you miss this one, I'll be over the top. They couldn't quite get that one to hand, but I do love the ambition to work to get under the ball and put pressure on the opposition to receive it.
Little breeze from left to right in the face of Old Glory DC. Kirby Myhill throws, formerly with Miami, the 34-year-old. Oh, now they've lost it around the fringes. That was Colin Gross. Hasn't gone forward, so we play on. Tavita Nangali. Suva Grammar School. 9 tries this in Major League Rugby for the big lock forward. John Lefebvre, Old Dominion University nearby. Again goes to the sky. Chasers are there. It's not too far, though. It's anybody's grab. And it stays with DC. Rizzo's there, the try scorer. Kelly Martinez. He waits the first pod. Nangali's with him. He carries. Jason Robertson marshals the rest of the pack. Slower ball to work with DC, with Simon Cross, the head coach, said they're okay to play the territory and for Chicago to come back from deep. This kick, though, with that breeze, floats out.
It's an unlucky strike there. Will come all the way back from where it's kicked from because it was taken in front of the 22. Just number 9, Lefebvre. I think there's too much pressure on him from that box kick position. I would love to see that kick come from Robertson, maybe come from out in the centers, but just we're not seeing the distance that they're wanting from those box kicks.
Chicago, flat attack with Brown. The crowbar, as he's known, the 25-year-old. Now looping around the fringes. The forwards go to work. Quick ball from scrum off Ruben de Haas, the vice-captain. 44 caps for the US Eagles. Flying in there was Lucas Rumble, the Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. There's hands from Ferrer on the outside. Here comes Chicago again, looking to strip free. It's a beautiful attack, and they keep it alive. 5 meters out on the left-hand touchline. Charlie Abel crashes upfield with Pipiletti. Den Hoot's next receiver. His offload doesn't go to hand, and it's scooped up from Old Glory DC again. They do really well inside their 22. A small error from Chicago. Just those offloads that Chris Latham said they need to clean up a little bit for Chicago. That on their transition game, just to be a little bit faster. Not the biggest kick from Fluff, Jason Robertson, so Chicago will stay on attack.
Look at this one here, a very unlikely error there from the Hounds, leaving DC with possession in the 22. I believe this was Chicago's 3rd entrance and ended in 2 separate errors for them. Very unlike them. You know, they have so much depth, so much organization on their side. We don't often see errors from them in the 22, but DC was able to capitalize. But just a line out outside with the Hounds able to attack now.
Emmanuel Albert with a take for Chicago again. Their maul goes upfield. Emmanuel Albert has been very impressive, says Coach Chris Latham, especially over the past few weeks. Earned a starting position at this moment in time. Side with first in the standings. Viadella behind the back, delayed ball. Little kick across field here for Brown. Noah Brown. Oh, so close. Not able to scoop it up is the Cobalt.
Oh, talk about ambition there. Just love that little chip through on the inside of the foot. The player running on. I think Chicago just found themselves really happy to experiment. They're in the latter half of the season. Like we said, they're the only team to have secured a spot in the playoffs. They have a home semifinal. I think they're just happy to play, happy to see what they can develop when they ask questions of their opposition.
Yeah, they've been such a fun side to watch, often scoring 8 or 9 tries per game. They also conceded the least number of points of any team, 201. We just have some injury attention here to one of the Chicago players. Yeah, now have scored 60 tries this season, 400 points so far. And the next best team is California with 256. That's a lot of points.
Absolutely attacking powerhouse we've seen here, which is why these errors in the 22 or just being able to give up possession just seems so uncharacteristic for them. But maybe they've just found a lot of comfort on defense as well, because they have so many hard workers across the squad.
Old Glory DC find themselves ready to clear their lines here. They go over the top. That's not a good throw. It almost sits up there for Chicago. Scooped up, though, for Old Glory. They fight to set a contact point for John Lefebvre. Find Kelly Martinez. 12 caps for Canada. Again, slower ball to work with for Old Glory. 3-5 and 5th on the standings this season. Lefebvre this time hooks this one directly into touch.
Is that the distance he wanted? That's all I'm asking of this DC side. They're getting a lot of kicks, a lot of lateral meters, but I would imagine they would want to be further upfield and putting a lot of pressure on the Hounds' backfield, but we're just not quite seeing that yet.
That's right, DC's had a dip in form over the last month. Meanwhile, Chicago keep picking it up a level every single game. Second phase, Pifoletti carries hard. One US Eagle cap against New Zealand. Behind the back ball. Little stab through there from Buerta. Scooped up from Rizzo. So just camped out here are the Chicago Hounds. To the ground they go. Ben Bonasso is their number 8 and captain. Who won the Shield with New York a few years ago. 11 caps for the US Eagles. John Lefebvre fires this one downfield. That's a better kick now. Chasers are there. Beautiful take here from Buerta. He's driven to the ground. He was Rookie of the Year. Most improved at NOLA Gold. Pifoletti hits solid contact. A couple of good tackles on him. Hilsenbeck attacks the line. Chicago with Wall looking to split the defense on that far side, but there's no way through. Another loose pass, and Hood cleans up. Here's Chicago again. Here's Buerta. Stripped. Beautiful strip indeed. Bonasso, wonderful work. Here's John Lefebvre looking to step up his left. Rizzo in at 9. And it's DC with Martinez, a 29-year-old from British Columbia. Robertson, again, flat ball. This is better stuff from Old Glory. Just when I say that, the ball is ripped from their grasp. And Chicago have it now. 20 minutes gone in this game. Chicago leads 7-5. Hilsenbeck puts it to the boot. Down the middle of the field. And will the wind carry this one all the way back? It will indeed. That's a brilliant net gain for Old Glory DC. And time for a quick hydration break. We'll be right back here from George Mason Stadium. It's Chicago that leads 7-5 against Old Glory DC in Week 10 of MLR.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Our first hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athlete. 7-5, Chicago lead Old Glory DC here. Our first match of the weekend, 2 coming tomorrow on Sunday. The crowd are enjoying it in the sun. Some cold beverages going down, young fans as well. Little ones, great to see. And of course, DC have done wonderful work in the community as well. Some of the players getting treated recently to Freddy's Frozen Yogurt and Steak Burger. I'd like to head there myself when I'm in the nation's capital, but they've been gracious to host DC, and that's really been a bonding experience for the players.
At this point in the season, that's what it's all about. These players need to learn how to bond, learn how to connect, especially when DC hasn't found the success on field that they've been used to in past seasons as Shield winners. They need to make sure that their culture stays right, so when they do win and they get on the front foot and they can find tries, that the boys are ready to celebrate for each other.
Yeah, you're so right. Simon Cross said it was a lighter training week, of course, as we near the end of the season here. And they know the blueprint to beat Chicago, they said. They just weren't able to execute last time. They lost 49-31. It was a pretty close affair. They scored some wonderful tries in that game against Chicago. DC, who have beaten New England Free Jacks twice this season. The other win was against Anthem Rugby Carolina. John Lefebvre to feed. DC looking to go ahead if they can strike next. Free kick. Lefebvre with a quick tap. Banasso is with him. Finds his backs instead. Robertson floats one wide. Depperschmidt gets Rizzo on the outside. Rizzo just puts a foot out. John Rizzo, the strong ball-carrying bulldozer, just goes out.
We know both sides out here working on their offload game. That one maybe just coming a bit late, getting into touch, a bit of pressure on, but I just keep going back to ambition here. I just love how ambitious both of these teams are being to ask questions of the defense, see what they can handle, and see how they can get ahead and on the front foot. With these little chip kicks, these offloads, it's looking good. I think we're going to amount to a lot of tries today.
I hope so indeed. Here we go. Big carry here from Lucas Rumble. Captain, also captain his country, Canada. 2025 Chicago Hounds Forward of the Year. An absolute star to have on your side. Ruben de Haas puts this one out for DC to attack with. This is the great thing about being in the opposition 22 is if they do clear their lines close by, you can still attack.
Both halfbacks likely not finding the distance they want on either of their kicks between de Haas and Lefebvre. Just more height than they have distance on every single one of these kicks. Imagine de Haas would have wanted something way further upfield, but they give DC the attacking opportunity just outside the 22.
A planned move. We play on to Vidian Ngali. Beautiful work from Old Glory DC. Lefebvre to the right-hand side. It's Kirby Myhill now. He takes on a couple. Banasso, big step off the right, gets rid of Pifoletti. Paul Mullen waits to the left-hand side. They decide to go right. Here's Ngali yet again. A tremendous force he's been in this game so far. Fighting in field. Jordan Jackson Hope for Old Glory. Myhill looking for the second carry in this movement. Little flick here to Corey Daniel, one of the standouts again this season. And the top tackler. Robertson goes over the top. Perfect pass to Rizzo on the outside. John Rizzo is in again. Oh, for the defense. He was harder to read than your doctor's handwriting. And John Rizzo's in.
Well done to Rizzo, and well done for the DC attack. If they were in different jerseys, Dallin, I'm not sure any of the MLR fans would recognize these teams. Just the Hounds finding so much strife and struggle in this defense, but working so hard on that side of the ball. And here's an over-the-pass ball that goes to hand. Seeing the ball into the hand, seeing the try line, gets over, and what a beautiful pass. Looks like they're playing sevens on the series right now, Dallin.
Absolutely delighted with that, John Rizzo. He kept his width that wide. That was the key in the movement. De Haas was the last cover defender. Not enough for John Rizzo's second try in this game. He has been electric to watch this season. 16 defenders beaten. 4 tries so far this year. With the Cincinnati Wolfhounds and the Washington Irish, DC now lead. The extra 2 from the left-hand side is successful. What a kick that is from Jason Robertson. And all of a sudden, it's Old Glory DC that lead at home 12-7 against Chicago.
Sometimes being at home can give you that extra 10-15%. Your fans are really your 16th man out there on that field, just propelling you forward. Having those fans just be so loud and knowing that your fans in your community are there for you, that could be the difference for getting this DC side ahead of the Hounds.
Well, our question of the day, use hashtag MLR101, is, other than extracurricular activities, why is a hooker called a hooker? Thank you, Fall Down West. So have your answers. We've got questions coming up, and that is certainly one of them. And we'll be We'll be giving you a few options and how you vote coming up soon. Stay with us on the socials during this brilliant game. 12-7, DC with their first lead in this game. John Lefebvre, again downtown, towards the touchline here. Reese Borta receives this at 15. The fullback doing really well. Went to King Edward School and has the ball last year from Ben Banasso again. He's been so good with that. Tavita Nangali takes on Den Hood. Old Glory DC now riding a wave of momentum. Myhill behind the back pass. Its execution so far superb. Wide ball. Depperschmidt finds Hoyland all the way to the right-hand side. High hit. Definitely. And Anselmi's there on the spot. And DC will be able to kick downfield if they want to.
Well spotted there by referee Anselmi. Just a double high hit there. Be hard to know who to penalize. But well called in by, you could see referee Luciano just calling that one in from the side, just verifying what the referee saw in real time. And we want to get that out of the game, and both teams are working on their discipline. We're coming out of a hydration break. I'm sure both teams would have gotten some notes on discipline being a theme across the entire league. And now DC has an opportunity for another attacking line-out inside the Hounds 22.
It's amazing how a game can change in just a matter of moments. Chicago is doing all the attacking in the first 10 or 15 minutes. And now DC with their tails up. A second try from John Rizzo. And an attacking lineup to follow. Rick Rose in 4. Emilio's third most tackles this season with 117. Just 24 years young. He goes up, does Banasso, takes it. Peeled away here for DC, plan move. Flat ball to the midfield. It's Jackson Hope, the 30-year-old from Canberra, Australia. Behind the back ball, Martinez flies in. Nangali again on his hip. Still there for DC. Banasso drives one to the ground. Does the captain. Old Glory worker to Rose on the right-hand side. He throws a dummy. Piffaletti tries to pinch. The home team again firing with Kirby Myhill, the Welshman. DC would love to score next again. Banasso drives them upfield. We're approaching the half-an-hour mark in this game in the nation's capital. Tavita Nangali. These three kids watching here in the stadium. Paul Mullen. Robertson waits. Flat ball. Again, it's Jordan Jackson Hope. Ball is loose. Penalty advantage. Lefebvre goes to the right. It's Gross. Finds Cali Martinez. And again, it's Old Glory again. Wave after wave. A wide ball. It's Rizzo cutting back in to Depperschmidt. And again, it's Jackson Hope. Down at the University of Canberra. Whistle sounds from Anselmi. Penalty 8 meters out for Old Glory.
Number 10, Hilsen back there, just getting penalized for not rolling away, ending up on the wrong side of that ball, giving DC an opportunity to go from another line out. We might see another planned move off the training ground here as we've seen the last two. First one paying off, leading to another 5 points for DC. Second one being stopped here, but I think they went for a great option in this line out here. They could have opted for a scrum. They could have had a tap and go, but I just love the patience from both of these attacks to let the forwards set the pace, get a platform, and make some space for the backs to work their magic.
Yeah, Simon Cross said they were disappointing in the 22 last week. Not so today. They were impressing with more advantage as well. Forward pack pull down. So around the fringes goes Corey Daniel. Former wrestler fighting his way upfield. 3 meters out. Lefebvre looking to go wide. Robertson puts the kick. It's been touched by Chicago. And Selmy with a big blast of the whistle. Our referee will call them back here and may have a word as well.
Robertson knowing he had a bit of a free play there with the advantage, so happy to put the kick in over the top. Doesn't go to hand, unfortunately. But you could see referee Anselmi, a little bit of frustration going into his left pocket, and we do find a yellow.
It's a yellow card. And Nathan Den Hood receives his marching orders. The try scorer will sit in the bin for 10 minutes. It's a big blow for Chicago.
DC here likely going to another lineout. When you lose the likes of Den Hood, who's so strong in the air, so strong on the base, lineout is the best option to give DC the best odds of scoring a try right here. Just not having your lineout leader, not having a second row to get that height up. Hounds will need to figure out how to make this make sense for them.
Myhill to throw. Solid take from Old Glory DC with an extra forward in there. Kirby Myhill has it at the back for the home side. Looking for their third try in the first half. Martinez, as the maul drives to the right-hand side. Lefebvre almost collects it and has been knocked on. Just a very small knock-on coming in there. And good defense from Chicago.
Excellent defense there from the Hounds. And sometimes when you have a yellow, it can be easier for the rest of the team to find that 10, 15 extra % to make up for their teammate that they're missing. But DC, I think, had an opportunity there on a platter, just served up to them. A second row in the bin, and you don't come away with it. That has to be a bit of a balloon deflator for them, but no, they're looking to play a territory game and work to keep the Hounds inside their 22. But the Hounds, this is their second player that we've seen going down with cramps here.
Yeah, that's slow to get up there was Emmanuel Albert. Don't forget, the Chicago side have already secured a home semi-final, June 15th at SeatGeek Stadium. And there's Den Hood, who's getting a chat here. Nathan Den Hood, still 8 minutes left in the sin bin. But this is great for the home side for DC. They've got, as you said, the numeral advantage, plus a head on the scoreboard. Momentum seems to be in their favor.
I don't think the weather is in their favor, though. It just looks like it's a bit hot out there for the guys. I know they're beating under the sun. As you can see, the sweat dripping off of them. It is a toasty day down there in DC. And to play with a man down, a lot of teams could find inspiration from that. A lot of teams just work to maintain, contain, and wear down the clock for that full 10 minutes.
Scrum feed for Ruben De Haas. This beautiful George Mason Stadium in Fairfax, Virginia, capacity 5,000. We've got great numbers here as Hilsenbeck puts it to the right boot. It'll still be the home side on attack, though. Simon Cross's side doing well so far to weather the early storm from Chicago. 6 of their players in the MLR first 15 last week. Hilsenbeck, one of them. Kirby Myhill to throw. To the back of the lineup. Oh, great take there from Rose. Here's Robertson again in midfield, steaming up this one. Gross is there in support. Old Glory keep the faces going to the right-hand side. Robertson again. Rizzo from the left wing. Now on the right. That's a good run there from Perry Humphries. Paul Mullen, the big frame. Solid contact on him. Robertson again, working with his forwards. Finds Rose. Solid hit in the 22. Lefebvre changes direction. Here's Jason Robertson spotting a bit of space on the outside. Throws a dummy. And the pass in the inside to Blunt. Corey Daniels in! Old Glory DC. They've released their inner Hounds and are on the board for the third time.
DC staring down a bonus point here. 3 tries in the first half. What excellent work from them. And I think that hydration break was everything they needed to get the okay to switch fields. You could see them the first 20 minutes of the game attacking same way, and that switch back, that's where the space is. An excellent work on the offload to get that over the line and just attacking, drawing in 2-3 defenders and leaving room for your teammate on the outside. Beautiful scoop around over the line, and you can see how excited they are to get on top here, and the fans are joining them in. The 16th man right here, we can see them propelling the team over the line.
Corey Daniel, what a player he has been. The 2-time state wrestling champion, 17 international caps for the US rugby side. He has put up his side up by 10 points with a conversion attempt here from Jason Robertson from the right-hand side. Crowd cheering, they like it. It's over. 19 points to 7. 34 minutes gone in this game. What a start for the home team.
Truly a dream first half for DC here. Just adding the extras. Who would have predicted seeing DC up 19-7 over the Hounds? The Hounds do have nothing to lose in this game. nothing can knock them off that #1 spot with a home semi and a potential home final.
Yeah, so much to celebrate here. First Responders Day, sponsored by MedStar Old Glory DC. In the crowd here, you can join the conversation using hashtag MLR2026. Brilliant to have your company wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. It is 19-7, that's correct. DC leading against Chicago. Chicago, who are the only undefeated team so far this year, 8-0 so far. Old Glory, 3-5 in the standings. Vital to getting, you get 4 points for a victory for the standings, 1 point for scoring 4 or more tries, which they are a 1 away from, or DC. You also get a bonus point for losing within 7. Another week to come next week. Points are absolutely crucial as the top 4 head to the playoffs.
Everything to play for this DC side, especially, as we said, they can't clinch today, but they can work their way up the table. They're just 1 point off of the #4 spot, which would get them into the semis. And that's, the coaches have told us, they don't look at the table in training. The guys, of course, know. The guys want to play. They're competitors, really strong athletes out there, but it's not something that they show in their meetings. But we know that they are working to secure a win or a bonus point to make them in playoff contention.
That's right. Games tomorrow. Anthem Rugby Carolina against California Legion, Seattle against New England for the Coffee Cup, and Sunday Night Rugby as well. Lots to play for this week in Chicago. Have it at the back through Thuria Fari. Thuria, try-scoring menace. Played in Brisbane and Queensland as well. Wide ball to attack with. Vitiela crashes upfield for Chicago. Just 1 try from Nathan Den Hout, who then received a yellow card. Still a few minutes in the bin for him to go. Emmanuel Albert with another strong carry. De Haas again with quick ball. Here's Mason Flesh with that fascinating hairstyle of his, the 26-year-old. Oh, huge chip up. Mac Jones hits the ground. Here's Flesh again. Carries on, the man from Ontario in Canada. Albert, big shot. Ball spills loose. And the whistle does go. Penalty conceded, and another chatting to here. This time it'll be against Old Glory DC.
Heard the double blast there from the referee. It's not anything DC wants to hear. We might end up 14-on-14 in just a moment. There's a pretty dangerous looking tackle there on the outside. What we're looking for is that the head and shoulders go below the hip line. That's where you know we're getting into dangerous territory.
It might have been Lucas Rumble. They're going to check to see this tackle.
Referees might need some confirmation, but what they saw in real time.
Check it. No, no. No, no. No, no. No. Venga. No, no.
Another look at this tackle.
Yes, Mac Jones that gets upended there, and
I know, Jones. I know. No,
Jordan Jackson Hope for DC, who does the lifting.
Yeah, you can see just Mac Jones' head and shoulders. And the defenders didn't finish the tackle. You could tell that they tried to let off, but the damage had already been done. Because it's not how you pick up the player, it's how you put them down. Yeah, this one's pretty clear. You could see head and shoulder hitting the ground first.
Okay. And I have it. And exactly. So the action that he put into, like, let's go to get the number. It's number 12, correct? Number 12? Yeah. He never jumped. No, I am in the yellow card here. It's just he lifting. And he lands safe. And the other thing, they have 3 advantage for 3 penalties in a row. Down here. Yeah. So fair enough for a yellow card for number 12. Okay. Yeah, I got the number. Yeah. Benka, let me explain this. We have 3 penalties in a row in the red zone. We have one over there for collapse, and after we have not really well. And the action of number 12 is dangerous. He never jumped. Based on that, you have 3 infringements, and this is dangerous. He line in a good position is going to be a yellow card. 12. No, I don't believe so. Number 12. Where are you, my man? Unlucky, my man. 3 penalties in a row. Yeah.
We will end up 14-on-14. Jackson Hope here being the guilty party. I think that is a pretty fair review on this one. the defenders have the responsibility of keeping the attacker safe. And when, even though it was a low tackle, that's what you want to see rather than a high tackle, you do have to make sure the attacker gets to the ground safely.
100% right. Here's another look at what happened.
Just coming around the corner, just so low. And it does look like Chicago just jumps a little bit, but that does not matter. All of the onus is on the defense to make sure it's a safe tackle.
Alberts with a nice take here for Chicago. Looking to get back on the board in this game as they look to close out the first half. Santiago Biadella flies in, the man from Santiago, Chile. He's wearing 12. The forwards very close to the line. Farid. Try awarded. Chicago are back on the board, and the forwards get the damage done, and that try-scoring machine, Theo Farid, adds his name to the record books.
Farid getting that one just from the line out. You can see why so many hookers have the highest try stats across the league, just from just a solid platform. Here, you can see just over the line. If you're a DC coach, you might ask, was there a double movement there? But referee has awarded the try. 5 points in the Hounds' direction as they work to claw back in this first half.
Theo Farid, the 25-year-old out of Rockhampton, Australia. I mentioned he's the top try scorer. He extends his stats now to 8 tries this season. He has worked in the past with the mobilised charity to support homeless people in Australia, and what ability to provide care through sports as well. Wonderful ambassador off the field and a wonderful rugby player on it as well. 2 minutes to go to half-time. 19-12 the score. Chicago with their second try. And they fly off Chris Hilsenbeck, the 34-year-old from Heidelberg in Germany. Capped US Eagle. With that short run-up of his. Makes no mistake, 19-14. Game back on, Chicago with their second.
Just 5 points separate these two sides. They're just both clawing to get a foothold into some momentum here. It's so back and forth like a tennis match, Talon. Just try for DC, try for Chicago. And both teams want to go into the sheds ahead. I imagine Chicago is telling each other, guys, one more. Let's get across the line one more time and get into the sheds, into halftime, at least level with this DC side.
I got Nathan Denhood back on the field after serving that yellow card offence. Chicago been doing some wonderful work in the community during their home matches as well. Had a good chat to Will McGee earlier this week and Chris Latham as well. Said they've had thousands of young kids come out where some of their players not featuring in the training squad have gone out to work in the community. So brilliant to see that. Same happening here in Old Glory DC. Their coaches group that Simon Cross has established over the years are here in full support as DeHaas kicks downfield. Finds touch for Chicago.
Chicago getting some territory here. You see guilty party Jackson Hope having to watch his team for 10 minutes and probably spend the entire almost 20 minutes off if you're looking at halftime involved in that too, which could be a good break for him, but a bad break for his team that's looking to keep putting pressure against the Hounds. And they've done so well in this first half to keep applying the pressure and getting 3 tries to their name.
Back of the ball, Lana Gross has this one for Old Glory DC. Strong carry upfield. Lefebvre works to the right-hand side. Banasso fights one to the ground, takes on Den Hood. Martinez in there as well. Slower ball for Old Glory to work with. They go deep into the pocket. And kicking this one out to take them to half-time is Jason Robertson. What a thrilling opening 40 minutes we have seen here so far. And the first half belongs to the home side, Old Glory DC, that lead 19-14 against Chicago here in Week 10 of Major League Rugby 2026. Time for a short break. We'll be right back with our halftime thoughts from George Mason Stadium in Fairfax, Virginia.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Welcome back to what has been such an entertaining first half, and here's a look at the highlights.
Electric first half. Hounds striking first to get over the line, scoring 5 points through the forwards. Excellent work. Just their patience is incredible. But DC says, whatever you can do, we can do better. 3 tries to DC for this home matchup at George Mason Stadium. Absolutely igniting their crowd and showing what they can do when given the chance at home and propelled by their fans. You can see what beautiful ball work that they have and just the setup that they have. Ball comes out, the whole team is ready, and they hold their width so well. Looking for space, looking for options, keeping their heads up, eyes up. It was truly the story of the first half, just playing such amazing attacking rugby. And Talon, there's nothing better than an offload to a try, especially coming from your 10. Because you know how hard they would have worked to suck in that defense and create an easy job. But Hounds not sitting down for this half, working to go forward. And Fori just at the base of this, just so happy to be at the tail with his forwards propelling him forward. We could see Hounds 2 tries. Old Glory with 3, and the fact that their clean line breaks and their tries match up. But the meters made on top of the carries are showing, you know, we saw Hounds cramping a ton in this half because of all the work that they've had to do. 74 carries is a hard thing to go up against, and they're going to have to do just the same coming into the second half.
Yeah, 2 tries from John Rizzo, 1 from Corey Daniel, Nathan Denhout and Fareed, the try scorers for Chicago. It's time for another short break. Come back with more analysis after this. It's the home side, Old Glory DC, that lead 19-14 against Chicago Hounds in Week 10 of Major League Rugby 2026. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family and supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
What a day for the Major League Rugby Championship.
Months of sacrifice, 80 minutes of battle, and it all starts with this whistle.
Make sure you get your tickets for the MLR Championship. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, and we will see you there. SeatGeek Stadium is ready for the 2026 MLR Final. That is going to be fantastic.
Amazing opportunity for Chicago to be potentially at home. We know they have a home semifinal, especially for Chicago fans. Get out there, but this is anyone's game in this final for our next three best teams to make their way to the MLR Final.
All right, fans, time for another short break. And don't be chicken. Join us after this as we take a look at some of the rare sights on the rugby field you'll see. Nailed it. It is 1914. The home side DC leads Chicago. We'll be right back with the second half from Fairfax, Virginia.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Brilliant socials and brilliant scenes here at the home ground of Old Glory DC. Our question of the day, which we'll be firing up on the socials with some great answers, is why is a hooker called a hooker? You have three options: hook around the props, hook the ball in the scrum, or named after an old wooden ship. Something from Pirates of the Caribbean, perhaps. Great question. Obviously scan the QR code. We have lots of votes coming in. I'm not going to give anything away, but use the hashtag MLR101. And so there is one of the hookers of the season. It is Chicago's top try scoring menace, Theo Farid. Scored in this game already. He will tell you what this is all about in just a moment. Get your votes in, that's for sure. Welcome to our viewers around the globe, wherever you're tuning in. I'm down in Stanford alongside former US Eagles international Lisa Washington. And we have a big 40 to go, putting you on the spots. What do you think the coaches said at halftime?
If you're the DC coach, I would say very little, right? Keep doing what we're doing. Our plan is working to have a territory game against the Hounds, meaning send the ball upfield, make them have to play out of their own end. Do not have any easy outs in our 22. If you are the Hounds, I would say keep the ball in hand. Work through the hands. A lot of the kicks in the first half were cute. They were nice. If they went to hand, they could have been a highlight reel. But I think their strength comes from their patience in their attack and their defense. So they're going to want to keep possession.
They met earlier this season at SeatGeek Stadium. Chicago won 49-31. And DC will look to avenge this one. They have a game plan coming into this from Simon Cross. He said they just need to execute. Meanwhile, Chicago, well, big things happening in the Windy City. They set to host their second ever Major League Rugby final, June 21, we said, and a semi-final on June 15th. 45 coaches here from Old Glory DC taking part in a mentorship program with Simon Cross as well involved with that for the home side. We are ready to go for the second half. 5 points separate these two sides. It's 19-14. DC on the left lead. Chicago with their Kelly Green hoop jerseys on the right. And Chris Hilsenbeck will get us underway here for the second half.
Okay, let's go.
You're watching a battle in the East Coast. DC desperate for points to get into the top 4 slots, while Chicago are looking to extend their undefeated run to 9 in a row. This one knocked down towards line-out time.
Away ball. Away.
Good way to start here for the Hounds. I'm sure they want to put pressure on DC, and that's how you do it. A short kick to start off. Try and catch them sleeping. As we look into the coach's box, Coach Cross looking anything but cross today. Probably very happy with his squad.
Yeah, third season with Old Glory DC. He's a wonderful person behind the fray. There was Steph Hughes, Stan South, and Fumi Rays. Steph Hughes making international use, Wales appreciation. Former Wales under-20 player on the Pro 12 with the Scarlets as well. He's the attack coach, and they've been attacking today, that's for sure. 3 tries so far. John Lefebvre will put it downtown. Again, it's a beautiful take here from fullback Reese Boerter, the 25-year-old from Johannesburg in South Africa. Got a rugby scholarship to Lindenwood University, the Lindenwood Lions. Now qualifies for the US on residency, and head coach Latham said he was unlucky not to make the US Eagles squad. Here's Robertson with a nice take for Old Glory. Hoyland is there in support, the opposite number, the fullback with a cut loose. Nice little break out there from the number 15, the Scotsman. Robertson's deep, so he puts it up high for his chasers. Rizzo comes in, this one is a bit loose. Whistle sounds from Frederica Anselmi, and it's a penalty to the home team.
Well spotted there, and an underutilized call. So in rugby, the knock-on, that's just a knock-on. We'll reset with the scrum, but because it was knocked on and played by a player in an offside position, that is an offside call. You can see this one, knocked on, knocked forward, and because it found the hands of a green and white hoops jersey, penalty, and DC gets the attacking line out. And dare I say, another maul, Dallin?
Yeah,
a play from off of the park. Ross Deppersmith, we see here, incredible tackle success. And all of DC's kicks are only as good as their chase. And the difference between that kick going to hands and ending up in Hounds' possession is Deppersmith running on with his beautiful tackle success.
Yeah, Deppersmith, the silent assassin. He gets ready.
Good access.
A heck of a season he's had for Old Glory. They're all now set. Kirby Myhill at the back of this. Looking for a bonus point try already as we start out the second half.
Same old. One!
And they're over! Kirby Myhill. Unbelievable scenes for Old Glory DC. Bonus point activated. And a fantastic score from the home team.
Do we dare believe our eyes here, Dallin? An incredible try. For DC, you could see that they are so happy to go to their lineout. It has become their bread and butter and their best attacking platform in this game. Just so textbook from all of them. Just heads down, moving forward. And Kirby, the siege just parted for him. Nothing but space in front of him to get over the line, and the excitement is palpable. Bonus point. That is the 4th try in DC's hands, bringing them to 24-14, 44 minutes into the second half.
Well, the Welsh international has brought the crowd to their feet. They lead by 10. Jason Robertson lines this one up. The DC stalwart over the years, their top point scorer in franchise history. dealing with that stiff breeze. The flags go up, 26-14, Old Glory DC, with a stunning start to the second half.
This still is not fully unfamiliar territory, and let's not forget DC are playing with 14 still. Hounds have clawed back from a deficit this season. They're not fully unknown to this situation, but this is truly still not where they want to be headed in this third quarter.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go for Jordan Jackson Hope in the sin bin. So, as you said, playing with a 14, they lead here. Chicago, who were trailing against California a couple of weeks ago, they end up winning 36-26, their closest game so far this season. Jump there from Brown for Chicago. The Hounds crash to the ground with their replacement, Jack Turnbull. 100 MLR appearances last weekend. He still runs like an old air conditioning unit. DeHaas again to the sky as he goes. Collision there as Hoyland tries to come in. Rumble has it. Strong beard game still going well as DeHaas rolls this one over the foot. Hoyland can't do anything with it.
Referee spotting a high tackle there. Well seen on Captain Rumble. If you're DC, you just have to work to maintain now. No easy outs, no soft penalties. Every possession, every try, every step of go forward is such a gift to this Old Glory side. You have to respect that by keeping your tackles low, keeping on the same page, and just work to get tired. You know, work so that at the end of 80 minutes, you will feel so proud of yourself. You might be exhausted, but you'd rather come out on top exhausted than maybe give Hounds a few tries in the second half where we have seen them be just so aggressive and just so hungry to keep scoring.
Yeah, that's the coaching group. Chris Latham with Todd Dammers, who's actually brought his pet goldfish here. May get a shot of that a bit later in this one, and Noel Reed as well. And Chris Latham, second season with Chicago. He's worked previously with Seattle and Utah. Coach Samoa back in 2018-2019. One of the great characters of the game. Den Hoot. It's been key for them. Whistle has gone here for against DC. DeHaas looking for a tap. Forwards getting ready. Flesh is on the left-hand side. It's a free kick. Charlie Abel, the big frame. Oh, it's a massive collision. He goes to the ground, does Abel. Faree, flat ball, knocked on from Mason Flesh. Some solid contact coming in there. Colin Gross looking to clean things up. Colin Gross captained the USA Military 15s tour to London late last year. Coached by Seawolves coach Alan Clark. As Robertson bangs this one downfield, that's a good kick from the fly-off. Sending it to Reese Porter.
And when you talk about a territory game, that is a beautiful kick right there.
Nah, you close, brother. You close. You clear close. Nah, you close, my man.
Jackson Hope re-enters the field. Back to full complement here for both sides.
Stay.
Hounds looking to get a foothold and some momentum. We might all start with this line out.
Theo Faree, Australia under-20 player, years gone by. Jones rips it away. DeHaas at first receiver. Beautiful delayed ball to Peyton Wall around the fringes. Indiana native. Played with the Chicago Lions Rugby Club as well. Here's Faree. Crashes upfield as well. Such a tricky customer to bring down. So is Charlie Abel. Last weekend, third Chicago player to reach 50 caps with the Hounds. Faree crashes again upfield with Flesh on his shoulder. Chicago looking to work their way back into this game. Beautiful short ball to Rumble. Gets the offload. Hilson back around the door. Lopetti. Haven't had a chance to call Peter Lopetti's name much in this game. DeHaas goes to the right-hand side. Now it's Mason Flesh on the front foot. The Canadian international sensation. To the right they go. Chicago with Hilson back again. Beautiful hands from the air conditioning unit. Finds Borta into the 22. DeHaas peels around. Chicago hunting for their third try. Here's Faree as they shoot out the line. Does Ben Banasso. It's a bit messy around the breakdown. DeHaas goes back, finds Hilson back. Mac Jones. Not the best looking pass. Eventually finds Wall on this near side. And the whistle sounds no advantage coming from an earlier infraction.
Number 6. Let's go, my man. Outside. Let's go.
Corey Daniel getting a bit of a talking to, but I do love how referee Anselmi is just happy to let this game play, let this game flow. Lots of advantages with the arms up from the referee. He kind of had his pick of calls there from any single one of them from the law book. Goes with it not rolling away. Daniel ending up on the wrong side of the ball. But I think this DC side just needs to get comfortable with where they are, comfortable being ahead without getting frantic. Sometimes when you find yourself against a great team in a good position, you're like, what do we do, guys? And you got to find a way to keep doing exactly what you're doing. Keep it simple. What you're doing is working for you. Stick to that page in the book.
Fans from all over the world enjoying this one. Was that Mark Stabino, our co-commentator? I don't know. Here we go. He's going to like that shred. Chicago attacking. Can DC hold them out? Theo Faree has it at the back. Den Hout flying upfield. So hard to stop Chicago from this range. And they're in. Chicago clicking, connecting, and crossing. And the forwards get him done. They're back on the board.
Both of these sides finding so much success in their lineouts and from their mauls. Just textbook. You could see how much both of these teams have worked on this throughout the season. Just setting such a beautiful platform to just keep going. Faree at the back, so happy to just trust his teammates to keep go forward, and gets the ball down to get momentum clawing back into this game. You can see that the Chicago side is just coming into their own. You could see that they're shifting from third gear into that fourth gear and finding the pace that they are used to playing. It could be a little bit easier in the second half to just dig a little deeper, and you could see every step forward is just them playing for pride. They've already got the top spot. They've got the home semi. They are playing for pride, playing to make sure that this is a consistent side that can be looked at across the league as danger on both sides of the ball.
Hilsenbeck misses his one to the left. Theo Faree has his second try in this game. 9 total tries this season. He leads the MLR stats. There are 26 points to 19. They're trailed by 7 against DC. But Faree, what a player he has been this season. A real pickup for Chicago. Their ownership group for Chicago. Peter Burnick, Matt Satchwell, and Phil Groves. Of course, who said Chicago isn't good at comebacks? Well, Sal, Estrada. We'll see what happens this game unfolds. We know they are. They are the team to beat. Thanks for your messages on socials using hashtag MLR2026. And the air conditioning unit can't hold that one.
I'm sure everyone across the Chicago staff would say, don't call it a comeback. You know, there's a lot of rugby left to be played. They're not fully unfamiliar with coming back from behind this season. Legion had a really great game against them a couple weeks ago. They had the closest game with them, actually, only losing by 10 this season. Chicago's closest competition. The Legion were up at a few moments in that game. And I think it just shows the heart of Chicago. They can claw back. Again, they have everything to play for when it comes to pride and making sure that they're going through their paces to solidify themselves as one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, DC ownership looks on. Chris Dunleavy, Paul Sheehy in the Scottish Rugby Union. And they have a powerful scrum to work with. John Lefebvre with advantage. Robertson attacks the line. A delayed pass. Beautiful hands eventually. Coming in from Humphreys. Short ball. Daniel fires upfield well into the 22. Can they strike next? Martinez. Another big hit. Robertson again takes it to the line. A flat ball to Gross. It flies upfield. Colin Gross. What a carry. Here's Jackson Hope. Humphreys in as well. Mahil throws one to the left-hand side. The home team hungry for more. Nangali gets over the advantage line. More advantage for All Glory. Around the fringes, John Lefebvre is tackled. And a penalty, 8 out.
Lefebvre showing himself as one of the smartest scrum halves in the league. You can see this all began with the scrum just a few phases ago, waiting on the penalty from the referee, also waiting on the penalty just now from the Hounds not rolling away, just milking every call that they can. And speaking of smarts, going for points here, working to secure this 3, and they know once they slot it, they will get the ball back on the kickoff. This is all extremely smart play from the home team. Just these lines, I think DC has really perfected these flat passes. They hold the ball so long, putting the defense in 2 minds. Are we defending inside? Are we defending outside? Am I tackling right or left shoulder? It's a beautiful thing to have a delayed pass like that, be able to just strike so late, make the defense ask a lot of questions.
And that leads to Jason Robertson lining up with a kicking tee. Was here in DC in 2020 and 2021. He spent some time in France, returned in 2024. Player from Mount Maunganui in New Zealand. He has been such a star for Old Glory there. Leading point scorer, adds to his record. And they lead 29-19, 54 minutes gone, a 10-point buffer. The home crowd loving that. Simon Cross, I can see a smile behind that stash. It is working so far, their game plan.
You can tell he feels a bit reserved in that smile. I would call that a smirk before a full smile, but such a humble guy. We had the pleasure of talking with him earlier in the week, and he just wants the team to focus on themselves. And excellent decision is compounded here and validated by this kick going directly into touch from the Hounds off the kickoff, which will bring an attacking scrum, a beautiful platform for DC on the 50.
Let's another look at the kick out on the full. DC making some changes. And some fresh front row forwards in here. That is Connor DeVos wearing 18.
Yeah, okay. Stop there.
So important to get the players fresh on the field. With the super subs, Lindenwood University 3-time All-American. Connor DeVos on the near side here. See Jake Turnbull taking him on from the Chicago side.
Just listen the call, crouch, bind, don't bind early, okay? I wanna play, okay? I wanna play. I wanna play the strong, come on. Let's go.
And Bart Vermeulen is in 17. He's got the red headgear, originally from the Netherlands. Hilson Beck waits here for Chicago. Old Glory DC have done some wonderful work with the crossover tackle academy as well, promoting safety and effectiveness in the NFL. Huge buy-in from them and MLR also. Get to that as we get safety here first.
Listen to me. We have an awesome... Boy, I'm talking to you now. We have awesome scrum so far. Just fix it right now, okay? Strong mind, that's it. Stability, go.
Both front rows getting a bit of a finger wag and a tongue lashing for referee Anselmi, who wants to just get this game on with. Referees find that sometimes you can waste a lot of time resetting in the scrums. We just want to have attacking rugby out here. I think both teams just want to play. So if the front rows can get their jobs done right, we can get the ball out and see what the backs can do with it.
Well, but Vermeulen and DeVos have been only on for a couple of seconds. Big scrum from Chicago. But burrowing in from the side, earning a penalty for DC. This momentum, look at the backs coming in as well. You love to see it for the home side.
It means everything to them. So much possession, they want to play a territory game, and this is how you do it. They are compounding right here from the penalty. 3 points in their favor. They're receiving a kickoff, go straight into touch. They get a scrum on the 50, and from that scrum they get another penalty. That's 3 amazing things in their favor, and they are going for the conversion from the 50. Absolutely excellent choice. If they back themselves, then let's go for it.
That's right, 3 points on offer here, 29-19. This to make it 32-19. Jason Robertson, his furthest attempt so far from inside his half. Who would have thought Old Glory DC approaching the hour mark with a very nice lead. Jason Robertson. He turns, he loves it. Old Glory up 32-19.
What a day if you're an Old Glory fan. Look at that nod to his team. Absolutely incredible work to back yourself from the 50. And that all came from a penalty in the scrum. The forwards got the penalty. They were able to add 3 more points, 32-19. Approaching the 60-minute mark, and this is a shock, I imagine, to every MLR fan across the country.
Well, you're always wondering which team would be able to compete with Chicago. They've been outrageously brilliant in every single game. They've scored the most tries by a long shot. And here are a few errors creeping into their game, and this is the second one from the kickoff.
It is hard for a prop to come on, and this kickoff would have resulted in a scrum. It is hard for the props to come on in their first rep, their first interaction, to be a scrum when you're not quite ready for that.
Okay, I don't have a great Yoda voice. Do you have a good Yoda voice? Tucci, my man, how are you doing, buddy? DC used the win. Come on, give it a go. Give it a go. Come, Alicia.
Not today.
Tucci, my man, we'll get you later, my friend. Here we go, DC with Robertson again. Brilliant 2 penalty. He's kicked. Here's Jepperschmidt, the cyborg. The silent assassin goes upfield. Robertson again, looking to click nicely here. Again, they bring the attacking phases so well to Old Glory. A flat ball here, big shot in. Connor DeVos, the pickable champion off the rugby field. A high ball to take, so it's chipped over the top here from Jace Robertson. And that's gone out on the full. So the error coming now for DC.
Robertson just overcooking that one. He might have wanted to see an early hydration break.
Quick hydration break here as we have 32-19. It's DC leading Chicago. Stay with us.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted. Unfiltered. Unapologetic. United. Major League Rugby.
Our second hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athletes. 32-19, DC lead Chicago, and what a performance it has been so far. Jace Robertson has been vital with a couple of penalties. So some changes also for Chicago. Charlie Abel and Theo Farid have been subbed. Jackson Zabrick wearing 16, sporting a mullet which may have been cut off today. He throws up front to Mason Flesh. Great ball there from Daha, such a skilled US international scrum half. Hilsenbeck goes behind the back wall, is there. Brought up to that far side to Noah Brown. Hasn't a lot of space to work this time. There's Noah Brown, known as the Crowbar, USA 15s and 7s international. Lucas Rumble, the captain courageous, hits it down to the ground. Latham will want his charges to get back into this game right away, with Border getting them back on the front foot. This is clean play from Chicago. Brandon Harvey wearing 20s on the field as well for the Hounds. Hilsenbeck, good clean crisp passing. Santiago Biadella with support there from Tion Lewitz. Bang, big shot upfield. Walton Rabolo takes his place. Chicago linking nicely on the right hand side. No look pass there from Zabrick. Strong fend from Biadella. And it has been knocked on, looking very sleek and smooth until that moment.
A few subs rolling on, both teams opting for a 6-2 split here, meaning they get 8 subs and they went for 6 forwards, 2 backs. And that's just a sign from your coach, hey, forwards, empty your tank, right? 6 of you have subs on the bench, and you could see Chicago and DC, both sides, emptying their tanks on both attack and defense, working so hard to get on the front foot and gain some momentum here.
Well, rugby, this is a great social media message. Beating Chicago Hounds should get you double points this season. That's true. They've been unstoppable until this moment in time. Join the conversation using hashtag MLR2026. Good work, rugby. Game of Thrones lookalike. Jon Snow. It's Lucas Rumble in picture. Outside of rugby, he enjoys cooking as well. He looks to get back into this game for his side, and they draw a penalty at scrum time.
This might be where Chicago is able to gain some momentum. They want to get into the 22. We know they're dangerous in their attacking 22. We didn't necessarily see that in the first half, where they were unable to finish some of their attacking opportunities. We saw some quick taps, some platforms. And we are so interested in seeing how they can respond.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. It's 32-19. Old Glory DC lead Chicago here in MLR Week 10.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
What a day for the Major League Rugby Championship.
Months of sacrifice, 80 minutes of battle, and it all starts with this whistle.
Tap right into the breadbasket there. What a try for Chicago.
We're back here with Chicago on the attack inside their 22. The Hounds hunting in packs. Flesh flies in yet again. One of the standout players this year. Turnbull gets missed on this occasion. Very close was Casares. Forward pack is on the right-hand side. Flesh comes flying in, reaching for the line. He's there. Mason Flesh takes a bite at a DC. And Chicago inch their way back.
Beautiful line there from Mason Flesh to get over the line. And I just love that both teams are exploring, cutting back on the other side, flowing to one direction, and then that one phase could be all the difference between setting up another phase or scoring a try, which the Hounds have just done to work to claw back into this match. One more look here. Just that one cut back is everything the Hounds needed to catch the DC defense sleeping on that occasion.
Mason Flesh scores. The crowd's still smiling. They're in front. The home team 32-24. Conversion to come. It has been a tremendous match so far. Successful from Hilsenbeck. 32-26. 6 points in this game, 15 minutes to go. The sun is shining. We're far from done.
I would love to hear the thoughts from the other coaches across the league right now, because they likely would have counted DC out of this week, put those points already in the Chicago bucket. But look at the score, 32-26. We're heading into the 67th minute, and the home side is ahead with a bonus point, no less.
That's right. Chicago just locked up their bonus point for their fourth try as well. Of course, they already have secured that home semi-final Monday, June 15th at SeatGeek Stadium. Get your tickets for that one as well as the final on June 21. Downfield, the kick bounces once towards the halfway line. Hoyland picks us up for DC. Not scared of the contact. Played over 100 matches for Edinburgh Rugby in his career. John Lefebvre, a standout player. Played with Nova Rugby, West End Rugby as well as the American Raptors. He shapes up again. Very happy to play with the territory and defend, said head coach Simon Cross. It's worked so far. Tion Lotz calls for a mark.
Both teams looking to play smart here. Slow down where they can, where they need to. No reason to play fast out of your own 22. So the Hounds are super happy. Take that mark, look for a touch. They do give up possession because it is a free kick essentially when a referee awards a mark, but they've gotten some territory back and relieved a bit of the pressure. They could take a deep breath, head back to their lineout, and they are one of the best defensive lineout squads across MLR.
Yeah, all the fans, a shout out to you if you're watching, supporting Chicago at Butch McGuire's, the watch party. That's where the Hounds are assembling currently for this game. 32-26, 13 to go. Line out throw from Connor Robinson. Oh, beautiful take from Old Glory. The replacement, Robinson has it at the back. Out of Wilmington, Massachusetts. Former Dallas Jackal and New England Free Jack. Play with the Mystic River Rugby Club as well. The ball goes up high here for Humphreys to chase. Beautiful take in the end from Wall, and Chicago fling it to the right-hand side. Lewis gets it away on the outside. Brilliant cut-down tackle there on Brown. It stays with visiting side. Tomas Casares, the USA international with 3 caps to his name. Here's Brown on the right-hand side. The crowbar stutters through the first line. Lewis with a good clear-out. Here's Zabrick. The mullet man, looks like a WWE wrestler. Hilsenbeck in midfield, ducking down low is Wilton Rabolo, the Brazilian international. Short ball, here's Rumble. Chicago find themselves accelerating now in fast forward motion. Just when I say that, the air conditioning unit gets it and slows it down a little bit. Does Jake Turnbull. Casares again. The Hounds building the pressure, building the phases. Lewis finds his forwards back on the inside. Over the top from De Haas. Big shot from Hoyland. It stays with Noah Brown. And Hilson back there as well. De Haas again. Long passage of play back on the inside. Beautiful skills. Casares rips him free. The whistle goes. Where Viadella thought he was scoring, he'll be called back.
Well spotted on that forward pass there. Hounds looking to get ahead, a converted try, and I think we saw the try before we heard the ref's whistle. Just, what a massive shot there. You could see DC is working to stay ahead in this game. They need to dig a bit deeper though. Some of these tackles are just not exactly where they should be in terms of just power, driving your legs, getting on the front foot. So the Hounds giving DC an easy out on this occasion.
Just attention there to the replacement. Connor DeVos, the 22-year-old from the Woodlands in Texas. Play with the St. Louis Bombers as well. More replacements take the field for Old Glory. 10 minutes to go in this game. A converted try will put Chicago back in front. We mentioned the standings and the points table, what's on offer as well. Vital for these sides. Of course, score 4 more tries, get a bonus point. A win gets you 4 points, which is massive, because that loss will only, if you lose within 7, only get you 1 point.
Chicago looking at potential 2 bonus points right now. 1 from try bonus, 4 tries, another one from potentially right now. If the final whistle were to blow right now, they'd be losing within 7. So much drama coming up for us, Dallin.
That's right. For them, that it doesn't matter. They've got their home semi-final, but it's DC. DC, the ones that need the points so desperately. And we mentioned the fixtures coming up next week. Chicago will take on New England Free Jacks. Old Glory DC will take on Anthem Rugby Carolina here at home in Fairfax, Virginia. Penalty, though, to Chicago. They know they can get an attacking lineup potentially.
Chicago does love a line-out. So across the squad, getting a scrum penalty right inside the 22 is everything they need to look to get ahead in this game. And I think just for DC, what you've been doing has been working. I do wonder if they might have subbed their front row a bit too early. You still need platform. You still need a solid way to get penalties in your scrum. And they've just seen too many motions backwards, too many feet scrambling, not enough, what the forwards coach would say, chest down, legs through from the DC scrum.
Well, the men from the Windy City have a chance to take the lead. Zabrick finds Brandon Harvey. Walton Rabolo's at the back of the line out as well. Zabrick has it. DeHaas rips it away. Viadella attacks, throws a dummy. Santiago Viadella gets very close. Chicago. Mason Flesch flies onto this one. He's over the line. Artificial intelligence might be taking over the world, but that was all natural instinct.
Everything from Chicago is going right, going in their direction. Just the penalties from DC let them into the 22. The lineup goes exactly to plan, and DC doesn't even contest that. When you're looking at what could happen if they score a converted try, you got to get up. You got to get up, put some pressure on. But the Hounds are just so hungry for this try, just at full pace, and DeHaas controlling the pace around. Flesch getting over the line like an unstoppable man with a plan on a mission. Just getting over, center try. Additions likely to be added soon, and this might see the end of DC's lead.
There's Chris Latham, hands on head. Mason Flesch has scored back-to-back tries. Conversion sails over. It's 33-32, Chicago lead.
I just love this run around the corner. And as a forward, you can get to so much pace and truly feel unstoppable. Even seeing two defenders around you, if their body shape isn't where it should be, your eyes are on the line, and eyes are on 5 points for your team.
Simon Cross can't sit down. He's standing in the coach's booth. We're in for an exciting finish. 7.5 minutes to go in this game. You're watching Week 10 of Major League Rugby in the regular season. 1 week to go until we see who are the top 4 sides. We already know Chicago hosts a home semi-final on June 15th, Monday Night Rugby at SeatGeek Stadium, Illinois. High kick from DeHaas. Contested from both sides. Been pinched by DC. Their chance to get back in this game. Semi Kunitani's on the field. It's a take there from Vermeulen. Bart Vermeulen. The replacement Aiden Ridgway goes to the left-hand side. Robertson behind the back pass. Jackson Hope goes wide. Oh, what a beautiful run on that far side. Crashing upfield, John Rizzo. He's been a real handful. 2 tries to his name. Robertson again, finds his forwards. Flicked off nicely here to Connor Robinson. Low one to handle. Robertson does sublimely. Again, they attack wide. Max Schumacher. Big bounce. He sets a contact point with Kunitani. DC, the crowd, on their feet yet again in this game. Robertson wide ball. Old Glory need to be clinical here. Aiden Ridgway again, the 25-year-old. Behind the back, beautiful hands from Humphreys. In open space, Schumacher almost gets a pass away. Well into the 22 for DC. The time is now. And it has been lost by Tavita Nangali.
How unlucky for the home side. They had all the momentum, all the go forward. And I just think that the ambition got to them. The opportunity got the best of them. They will have a defensive scrum. This is good positioning. Let's see how they got here. Just beautiful hands working through. And I think that was a great non-pass on the offload. You want a secure ball. But from here, the rest of the squad just needs to get organized. They need to be in position when the ball's ready to come out. All of the first hands need to get ready to go. Anyone at the base should not be looking for an option. The whole team should be crying, me, 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 I am the option. But because of that indecision, we have a knock-on, and Hounds have an attacking scrum inside the 22.
Bart Vermeulen, in the meantime, gets some attention. Tavita Nangali, he had his hands up. He just looked up to see what the defense was doing. Federica Anselmi, our referee, nicknamed Bolly. One of the best in the business. Just his second game this season in MLR. Refereed a lot last year. There's the attention to Vermeulen, seems to be okay, back on his feet. Very important 6 minutes to go for both these sides. Of course, Chicago would like to breeze in to their game undefeated, whether they're hosting a home semi-final. So still 2 to go, but of course DC need those competition points.
Yeah, both teams looking at bonus points right here. It's truly a toss-up. You do get a sense that DC could pull some magic out of their hats right now, find a way to score late, get ahead, and upset the #1 Chicago side.
All right, Derek Summers comes across. They're going to check something. Okay, so video review.
Chicago. Going to review. Place under review. Okay. Chicago, Moise. Oh, this was good.
This is the breakout from the replacement Max Schumacher.
Referee Anselmi having a look at potential ruck offense. Just from the picture, I'm guessing against DC, maybe lifting, potential crocodile roll, targeting the knees or joints. One more look at this breakdown here. DC couldn't get a number on that one. Seemed pretty clear, potentially coming in from the side. Something we want to get out of the game, just ruckers coming in, targeting any of like the knee joints, the ankle joints, because that can be a real career-ending injury and totally avoidable across the game. So referee happy to go with a penalty to DC. And that, oh, Glory had such a beautiful attacking platform on that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. DC want to be in striking range, even from a penalty, because we know Robertson kicking from the halfway line. We've seen it already in this game. But it stays with Chicago. 8-0 so far, breaking their own record from last season, Chicago Hounds. 3 things they pride themselves on: physicality, directness, and effort. Well, today they've efforted their way back into this game. They lead by 1 point. Zabrick at the back, the 25-year-old from Oakland, California. Needs support as he hits the deck. Chance of DC in back play. Lucas Rumble carries again. 5 seasons with the Toronto Arrows for the Canadian franchise in earlier years. DeHaas again puts the pressure on Old Glory DC. Ball is loose and the flag is up.
Great contest by both sides, looking to regain possession for the Hounds, or gain possession if your Old Glory goes into touch. DC taking a minute here, and I think this is good. They want to find what's working best. How can we get back to what's working for us?
Just outside their 22. Stable ball here for Rick Rose. MLR draft first selection overall. The replacement now, Aiden Ridgway. He puts it to the boot with 4 to go. It's not very far. Beautiful take down from Noah Brown on that side. Thomas Casares gets rid of the first one, picks up and goes again. Turnbull's on his back. What a veteran he's been of Major League Rugby. 9 different franchises. Here's Tewan Lewis crashing again into the fray. His daughter and missus watching back home. Chicago with advantage now. DeHaas changing direction. A no-looker there from Harvey. Reese Boita picks this one up. To the right-hand side. Still in support. Hilson Beck. Chicago lead by 1. Mason Flesh, double try hero in this game. Big shot comes in, but offside play. And there's a challenge here from Old Glory DC. So if this challenge is upheld, possession may switch to Old Glory DC, which is what they need with 4.5 to go. Let's have a check to see what the question is. Ben Bonasso just having a word there with referee Anselmi.
See our referee team looking to assemble once again. What I'm hearing is potential shoulder charge by Jones. Referee's having a look at this.
Mac Jones, the player in question. And you'll need laser vision to see that, but at least Federico Anselmi has a better angle of that. To look at the big screen at the stadium here at George Mason Stadium. Season 9 of Major League Rugby in the penultimate weekend heats up with a few minutes left on the clock and a decision. Of course, Alicia, we know that DC want to use their challenge and are using it wisely. If they can get possession back, it's so key.
Absolutely pivotal to do everything you can to get your team ahead in this sort of situation. DC looking to regain possession. They know they're in the waning minutes of this game. There are a few possession changes, but if you can get one in your favor that potentially plays into your territory game, then that's the exact outcome you're looking for. Referee Anselmi looking like he's ready to make a call here. DC looking to gain maybe a few more meters from this decision. You gotta try everything you can out there.
Well, you do, because you know, if they do get possession here, it's a far way to kick. For Jason Robertson, he's gone for post before, but it's been at the halfway line. So likely for touch. Old Glory DC. Kick deep from Jason Robertson. It's too far and not out. They'll get the ball back here off this one. But won't be exactly where they were looking for earlier. Still gives them a chance to attack inside Chicago's half.
As a forward, you have to be telling your 10, just get it out. Get it out. Let us do the rest of the work. DC ending up lucky here that they're still in possession between the 10 and the 22. This is actually a great place to attack from. Teams have been very used to attacking from this spot on the training ground. We'll see what they can do with it here.
Here comes Old Glory DC. Line out time at the top. Robertson floats one wide. It's the gold medal Olympian Kunatani behind the back ball. Schumacher has been very good coming off the bench. He has John Rizzo with him. Here's Tavita Nangali. Takes it up for another attack. Ridgway to the left-hand side. Jackson Hope. Here's Jepper Smith, the cyborg. Chicago come flying up on D. DC trailed by 1 point. 2 to go. They've dropped it cold. So unfortunate for Old Glory DC.
The unluckiest of possessions for DC here. And you almost can't blame them because they have not been in this position all season where they've had to claw back, maintain a lead. Referee Anselmi getting another challenge here from DC, who maintained their challenge because it was held up on the last one. And Anselmi having something else to look at. But you just wish these balls had gone to hand for DC, that they could just stay on top, stay on front foot, and keep attacking. But they just need to put their hands up. You can't play scared in these moments. You have to play outside of yourself. You have to find a way to dig in, find momentum, and just get that 10, 20 extra % to make these last 3 minutes so worth it for your team to find all the glory at the final whistle.
Yeah, you're so right. 2 mistakes in the last 2 passages of play. DC were building and building. Now they have another challenge to throw down with just over 2 minutes to go. Looks to be a shake of the head there from referee Federico Anselmi. I'm not sure whether that's good or bad. So they're looking at a tackle on Bart Vermeulen, the replacement. So not successful. Had to try, though, at the dying stage of this game, did Simon Cross and Old Glory DC.
You got to throw everything you can if you are DC, and you could knock off the top dogs here. As a staff, as a full 23, you have to do everything you can. You can't blame them for the challenge. It's unsuccessful. Hounds will have an attacking scrum. Good positioning still for DC. If they can eke out another penalty here, we have seen them do it in this half.
Chicago needs stability at scrum time with their replacements. Rumble at the back with De Haas. Goes to Hilsenbeck. And now Tion Lewis cracks it on the outside. Lutz with a half gap. Here's Lucas Rumble. Quesadas with him as well. Under 2 to play now. Hilsenbeck keeping it tight with his forwards. More meters gained. Changing direction now. Mac Jones. Ball's loose for Old Glory DC. Kunatani's there. Fijian gold medal Olympian. They need him to run 100. Here's Bonasso with Old Glory DC. Oh, what a breakout from Ben Bonasso. Throws the pass. Here's Kunatani now. He lays it back. Rose at first receiver. Robertson is waiting back. Forwards duck down. What is the plan for Old Glory DC? Trailing by 1 point. They cannot kick this ball away. Not in my opinion. And they do it. Aiden Ridgway kicks it deep and away to Chicago. Perhaps they're hoping for one more attacking line out if Borta finds touch. And that will happen.
That had to have been their plan. Because you could hear from the crowd, they are thinking, keep this ball in hand. But it is a tough task to play what we're looking at, 30 phases to get from their defensive 10 to their try line. It's enough time on the clock to have at least 1 or 2 possession changes left, and their game plan has been working for them. They've been playing a territory game, and that was a part of it. Kick it away just to get possession back.
Final chance for Old Glory DC. They rip up with Rose. Possession here for Jason Robertson. That's been outstanding in this game. The Cyborg peels it away. Rizzo flies in from the left wing. Possession needs to be secure for Old Glory DC. Chicago pile in. Lewis almost has it. Ridgway dives in, putting his body on the line for the home side. DeVos moves it to the left at the halfway line. Old Glory need a halfback. Comes in the frame of Robertson. Here's Semi Kunatani, the big frame off the bench. Aiden Ridgway sets his charges off to the left-hand side. Jason Robertson now. Clock is in the red. Any score will do for DC to win this game. They trail by 1. Chicago looking to go 9 from 9. Tavita Nangali, no way through Lucas Rumble. Ridgway picks around the fringes, fairly isolated. Ruckers arrive though for Old Glory. Jason Robertson again goes into scrum off. Nangali for the second time in this movement. Can the home side shock Chicago here? Width on attack. Bonasso bounces one to the ground. The crowd roar. The number 8 has been fantastic today. Jason Robertson again with width on attack. Massive shot comes in. That was Brandon Harvey. Jumps out of the line. Robertson again pushes it wide. Daniel with a nice pass. Rizzo yet again. 2 tries in this game. Kunatani. Something special needed for Old Glory. In midfield, looking to attack. Schumacher again. Phase after phase for DC. Behind the back. Flat ball. Beautiful pass on the outside. A step. Rizzo just brought down. Rick Rose is there. A tremendous passage of play here with Cali Martinez. He's rocked backwards. 90 seconds after full time. Bonasso again. Stepping everybody left and right. Doesn't fall. For it does. The big frame of Jake Turnbull. Robinson. 2 players on him. Can DC strike? Jason Robertson holds the keys. Big ball to Semi Kunatani again. Oh, what a handoff from Kunatani. The dummy from Semi, the gold medal Olympian. He's beaten 6 players into the 22. DC to the left. Robertson again, linking up superbly. Nangali hits hard. Chicago calling numbers on the left-hand side. Robertson, big shot. Rose is there in support. DC on the far side. The ball is loose. Has it been spilt? Chicago raise their hands up high. They have held strong and hold on for their 9th consecutive victory. Old Glory DC had a chance to win it. They were almost the first team to defeat Chicago, but it wasn't to be. Chicago holds strong. What a performance and what a last play.
Look at the exhaustion and that handoff. Both teams digging so deep to find everything they can in these waning seconds of the game. Chicago defending like their lives and their seasons depend on it. Oh, you do wonder if they would have just found one more pass, if their backs could have just walked straight in. DC fans crying for a high tackle call there. I can understand where that one's coming from, Dallin. But the ball spilled on the ground as a final play. DC is furious about it. Neither team can believe that the game they just had with Chicago coming out ahead 1 point.
Chicago's run continues like a famous Broadway musical. It's been a hit all season. They win this 33-32 against DC.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Let's take a look at the second half highlights here and a thrilling performance from Chicago in the end.
I think this game has solidified itself as maybe the game of the season. A lot of people would have counted out DC heading into this matchup. They were still able to secure 2 bonus points from tries and losing within 7 just by 1 point. But all the difference was made from the Chicago Hounds line-out. Was able to get 2 tries in the second half just from Furry getting over, but DC looking to answer with a penalty from the 50. Robertson 3 points could have made all the difference for his team, kept his team momentum going in the game. Set piece doing everything for the Hounds. And you can see Flesh coming around the corner on this one, unstoppable. And DC does not have an answer. Just one more look at how this game ended with the handoff of the season as well. Every DC fan on their feet, screaming to propel their team ahead. DC with possession and space. But the Hounds, their defense will not be stopped. It's a beautiful thing to see them fighting for the very last second for this, but they come up short. 32-33 is our final score in the Hounds' direction.
Wow, what a crazy match we just witnessed. Tremendous scenes here, and Chicago go 9 out of 9. A victory on the road here, and these are the final polls here, of course. 46% Paul B said hook the ball in the scrum. We had quite a big response for named after an old wooden ship, which is great to hear. New fans tuning in from around the world, great to have you with us. So that is why a hooker is called a hooker. Question of the day, of course, stick with us on socials using hashtag MLR101 or hashtag MLR2026. All right, well, make sure you join us June 21. It will be SeatGeek Stadium. We'll be hosting the final, the MLR Championship on June 21 at SeatGeek Stadium. Make sure you get your tickets. It's going to be a thriller.
What a day for the Major League Rugby Championship.
Months of sacrifice, 80 minutes of battle, and it all starts with this whistle.
Tap right into the breadbasket there. Oh, what a try for Chicago.
You don't want to miss that final championship. Well, with all these games and points, you mentioned how important it was. DC so close to getting that. Did score 4 tries, and they did lose within 7. So 2 bonus points for Old Glory DC taken away from this game as well. We can take a look to see how that affects the league standings. Very important, of course, for DC. As you can see, to keep that white line, keep in the top 4. DC, there you see, with 17 points, just behind Seattle Seawolves. New England chopping at the bit with 16 points. Of course, with 2 big games coming up tomorrow, Alicia. And here's a look at the matches on Super Sunday. Join us for tomorrow's games. 2 games coming up. It's Anthem Rugby Carolina hosting California Legion, and Seattle Seawolves will take on the New England Free Jacks for the Coffee Cup. Sunday night rugby game there as well. So valuable points on the line for these sides as well. Well, great to have you alongside you. Been such a fun game to call, Alicia.
Incredible game, and truly the game of the season across MLR. That was a nail-biter. Absolutely excellent way for the Hounds to finish undefeated.
Well, for Alicia Washington, our entire crew, I'm Dallin Stanford. Thanks for watching Major League Rugby 2026. Make sure you be safe out there and join us tomorrow on Super Sunday, you sleek sensations. What a performance. This one won by Chicago 33-32. This match was brought to you by Macron, the official Match Kit Day supplier of Major League Rugby. Become your own hero.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted. Unfiltered. Unapologetic. United. Major League Rugby.